Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for joining that live. No, I'm sorry. This is the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Thursday to everybody. Yeah, I'm a little late today. I know, but you know what? Better late than never. You know how you get caught up doing stuff, and next thing you know, time is slipping by. You know what I mean? That was one of those days today. I was on like countless phone calls, talking about things, and I'm like, I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something to do something, and it was a daily check-in, right? So anyway, happy Thursday once again. I'm Russell of Hotels. I do the daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So today is Thursday. That's why I'm doing it. Normally I do it between the hours of noon and about 3 o'clock, but because I got caught up doing some other stuff, I said, you know what? I gotta take care of business first before I can do this. So, but anyway, I'm here. Let me turn on the chat. Make sure you guys can make comments if you like. We're all about engagement, so feel free to make your comments. I'll put those on the screen here. I'm live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, and live on X with the replay on those same platforms as well as where? Facebook. Okay, you guys know the drill. You know the drill. So anyway, let's get into it because these daily check-ins don't have to last that long, right? I don't need to take up too much of your time. But today, I've had like numerous conversations about this topic, so we're gonna get to it in a minute. And I don't understand why people don't return phone calls. I don't get any of this stuff, but that's okay. We're going to get into it and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. My blog is updated. Well, you know what? I just realized that it wasn't updated. So, okay. So you guys know, did I put it on here? I didn't even put it on here. Maybe I put it on something else. So anyway, okay. So I do the On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. So I do that on Tuesdays, right? So Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. And then I was putting the podcast part, just the audio on my blog or on my website, so you can check it out, right? So you can, if you don't want to watch me, you can just hear me. Take me on the go if you like, right? So, but what I didn't let people know, I wasn't updating it, and I just caught myself that just today I'm like, I didn't update this. So I think it's gone through. I'm missing like 4 episodes, so I'll put those 4 episodes up today. But just in case you did not know, I switched my podcast platform. It used to be Spotify, now it's Podbean. Okay, so Podbean. So if you're looking for me on the podcast, go to Podbean, and we'll be there, podbean.com, and it's there just On Air with Russell of Hotels. Or you can still Google On Air with Russell of Hotels, and it will come up as well that way. Or you can just go, russellofhotels.com and go to my website, and it's there under podcast, right? So I just had to throw that in there. But the blog part is updated, so feel free. A lot of the topics that I talk about on Air with Russell of Hotels and the daily check-in will be on the blog page as well. So I just want to make sure you guys know that information is there on the blog. So feel free to, take a look. They're all easy reads, you know what I mean? And, don't take you a lot of time to check it out. And it's always some good information on there as well. So the topic for the day, real quick, you know what? I've had some conversation today, maybe one too many conversations about this today. But these are people that reach out to me. They ask me these questions, right? And the question of the day I kept getting was, I'm looking for a job. Hold on. I'm looking for a job. I had to wait for it to catch up. I'm looking for a job. Why don't they return my phone calls? Meaning, why don't the hotels? Glasses are itching. Are these my right glasses? I don't know. For some reason, I was just itching my nose, the bridge of my nose. I don't know what's going on, but it's bothering me. Can you tell? But anyway, I'm looking for a job. Why don't they return my phone calls? I've gotten so many calls about this, so many conversations that, people are looking for jobs. They want to know the right person to send things to. They go through go through the website or wherever they see these positions open, but they never get responses. So they say, okay, I'm gonna take it in my own hands and follow up, which is a good thing, right? That's what you should do. You gotta be your best advocate. You're the ones that have to find the job. That sometimes people get caught up, caught up in doing things, caught up in running a hotel or a department, and sometimes those positions get pushed to the back burner. I don't know how they can't manage all of it at the same time, especially if you need people, but it does happen, right? It does happen. So I guess I got to give people grace because people are working with less, and I understand that. So I'm not trying to badmouth, the managers and things like that. But if you, I guess one thing I should say, if you're looking for someone, you need to be trying to hire someone, right? And if there's candidates out there that are interested, at least return their phone calls or their emails or whatever. So anyway, so when I got like 2 calls about the same thing, and in weeks past, I've gotten calls about this too, right? So I said, you know what? There's got to be something I got to talk about, right? So anyway, but this, the 5 or 8 things that I have on here may not have anything to do with why it has nothing to do with why they're not returning phone calls, but these are things you should do if you're trying to find a job, right? Sometimes the phone calls may not work. I'll just tell you, sometimes the emails don't work. But if you do a combination of all those things, maybe they will, right? Maybe you'll get to that secret sauce if you do a combination of these things. Because I don't think one thing works anymore. Email, does it only just email only? Does it work? Well, for some people it does. What about phone calls? A lot of people don't even answer the darn phone. They let it go to voicemail and they never check it. I don't know why that is. So I have a couple things here to use or to at least think about using. LinkedIn networking. Okay. So before I get to that, I'm sorry. Finding a job can be challenging, especially if you already contacted the hotel and their HR department with no luck. Here are some additional steps you can take to get in touch with the right person. Hopefully this stuff works. Number 1 is LinkedIn networking. Identify key personnel. Search for the hotel on LinkedIn and identify key personnel in HR or the specific department you're interested in. I always talk about this, right? So go to LinkedIn and look at the search bar, right? Type in the name of that company, that hotel, and see who's linked in with that particular company. If it's updated, meaning if people that work for that company have updated their LinkedIn profile, you'll see it, that they're connected to that hotel, and it'll tell you their positions as well. Like say if it was HR, I go into XYZ hotel and then I see all the positions that have mentioned like the HR person, providing that they have updated their LinkedIn profile. So it's only as good as that, right? But a lot of people have, right? So you go to their company LinkedIn and see who's attached to that. It can be general managers, it can be director of food and beverage, it can be director of sales and marketing, it can be sales managers, it can be front office, it can be everybody. As long as they're updated, it will tell you exactly. So that way you can get in touch with those people. You can do a quick in message, or you can request to connect with them. And of course they have to accept you. A lot of times they do. So there you go. So LinkedIn networking is good. Identify key personnel, search for the hotel on LinkedIn, and identify key personnel in HR or specific departments you're interested in. Send a connection request. I just said that. Send a polite connection request with a personalized message explaining your interest in the position and why you want to connect. And then follow up. So connecting, follow up with a direct message expressing your interest in the job, and ask for advice on how to proceed. Okay, boom, there you go. Number 2, email outreach. Research email addresses. Look for email addresses of HR managers or department heads on the hotel's website or through professional networks like LinkedIn. Compose a professional email. Write a concise professional email explaining your interest in the position, your qualifications, and why you would be a good fit. Attach your resume and cover letter. Follow up. If you don't receive a response within a week, send a polite follow-up email reiterating your interest. Now, the people that are on the receiving end, if you're an HR person, you're a general manager, make sure you're responding to these. If they took it upon themselves to do research and find your information, please respond back to them. Even if you don't have any positions available, we're not accepting any more applications where we've hired for that position. Whatever the case may be, I understand you get emails all the time, but part of your job in those positions is to respond to emails. So what if it was a guest? You would respond to that, right? I'm hoping that you would. So make sure you show some common courtesy for the people that are reaching out, trying to find these jobs, right? So it's a two-way street. The people that are trying to find a job, they have to be aggressive. They have to do what they need to do because guess what? We need a job, right? But if you're not hiring, if you are if you're hiring and haven't filled that position, let them know. If you've already filled that position, let them know that as well. It's okay to let them know that, hey, it's already done, and good luck next time. We don't have any other positions at this time, whatever the case may be. But we have to let people know this. So once again, it's a two-way street. Visit in person. Oh my goodness, this is being aggressive, right? Dress professionally. Visit the hotel, dress professionally, and ask to speak with the HR manager or the manager of the department that you're interested in. Yeah, that's putting your fate in your own hands. That's what I'm talking about. Go there and show up. Just show up and say, hey, I'm here to see, Jill Smith, HR director. Why are you here? Because I filled out an application or I applied online and I want, to drop off my resume or whatever the case may be. But be prepared. Bring multiple copies of your resume and be ready to answer questions about your qualifications and your interest in that position. Okay. Number 4, utilize professional networks, industry connections. Everybody has industry connections, right? You should use those. Leverage any professional networks or connections you have within the hospitality industry to get an introduction or referral. Yeah, use the people that you know. Don't sell those people short, right? Or sell them cheap. If you know someone that's a VP of this or VP of that or works at this hotel, utilize that leverage to get your foot in the door or to at least get an email where I can send this information. Or maybe if I forward it to you, can you forward it to your, the hiring manager or the HR manager? Whatever it is, leverage your industry connections and leverage your personal connections. Sometimes we got to do that too. Remember, you got to be your best advocate, right? Somebody may be there to assist you, or at least push it through or whatever, but you got to be your best advocate. You have to be the one, shaking the pom-poms, okay? Being your best cheerleader. I always say that about your business. So it's the same thing. If you're trying to find a job, you need to do that. You got to do it. Professional associations. What about joining and participating in professional associations related to the hospitality industry? Why not that? We got to do that. We have to do things before we're at the point where we need a job. Sometimes when we need a job, we're desperate, like, I got to take whatever I can get, right? But if you have a job already, you need to plan for getting that next job, right? And if that's, joining professional associations, if that's gaining more industry connections, whatever the case may be, we need to do that. So it's being proactive instead of reactive, okay? So does that make sense? Does that make sense? I think so. Okay, so, and then the next one, I put Indeed.com, I'm sorry, that's supposed to be hcareers.com. What the heck am I doing? What the heck am I doing? Wait a minute, hold on 1 second. Let me add an H there. H Careers, that stands for hotel careers or hospitality careers. So these are the main ones that hotel people use, okay? Hotel people, maybe even some CVB people use these as well, especially the last one, searchwide.com. So searchwide.com, hcareers.com. Why am I making mistakes today? I didn't have my thinking cap on today. I remember my teachers back in the day, like elementary school. You have your thinking cap on? Put your thinking cap on. Anyway. So anyway, Indeed.com, hcareers.com, and searchwide.com. Those are the places that we go to find positions that are open, okay, within the hotel space, the CVB space, all that space, okay? So just check those out. I just thought I'd throw those up there just in case you didn't know. Social media engagement. And now, who would have thought this, right? Engage with the hotel social media. Follow the hotel on social media platforms and engage with their posts. Sometimes job openings are announced on social media. Are they? Maybe every now and then I see that. That's a good one right there. I don't know why hotels don't utilize that more, right? They should utilize that more. And I would be one of those people that, and I've seen this before on LinkedIn, where someone that's hiring would actually go on and make a video based on what they're looking for, and then post it on their their LinkedIn page or whatever, so people could see it. All the people that are connected with them will see that. There should be more of that. I don't know why there's not more of that, and I don't know why there's not people that need a job that are saying, "Hey, I'm Russell of Hotels." Or let me back up. "Hey, I'm Russell Edmond, and I'm looking for a job. I'm my past positions have been, this, and that, and I was formerly a director of sales and marketing at this position, and I'm looking for another hotel to call home." I mean, what people don't put themselves out there like that to let people know, because I guess people are afraid of ridicule or getting some backlash or whatever. But if you need a job, you need to be aggressive, right? You need to be as aggressive as you can. Utilize some of these social media platforms to do that, right? I mean, LinkedIn, why not? I mean, I use LinkedIn for what I'm doing now, right? So sometimes you got to think outside the box, and it's not always going to be comfortable. Is it comfortable not having a job? No, it's not. So we have to do sometimes, and sometimes we gotta, sometimes we have to do things that we have to do the unthinkable and things that we never thought we would do for a job, for a job. So if it's important for you to have a job, then it's important for you to do some things that people don't expect, right? Especially in sales. I think in sales we need to be, and that shows the prospective director or whoever's going to hire you, what you have, what are you made of? You're not going to take no for an answer. You're going to put yourself out there, right? That's part of a sales characteristic, right? Putting yourself out there. Don't care what other people think. Sometimes we have to do that. And with social media, that's a good way of doing it. But, some people use it, some people don't. But I'm just one of those people that if I'm looking for something, or if I want people to know what I'm doing, who I am, what I do, and how I can help them, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use social media as a tool to get to those people. Hey, there you go. Just saying. And also the last one is recruitment agencies. Well, you know what? I don't know many recruitment agencies out there, but in hospitality, but just Google hospitality recruitment agencies. There you go. I'm sorry I didn't have one. I guess I could have done that for you, but you got some homework to do, right? So go ahead and do that and go through them to find a job, right? So there's many ways that you can do to find a job. Now, for the people that are not returning phone calls, let's get back to that. Sometimes you do have to show up. Sometimes you do need to, make 101 calls. Sometimes you do have to send multiple emails. Sometimes you do have to maybe get someone else in that department, maybe somebody else that that works at that hotel, to get them to return a phone call or something. But I know it does happen. And, I hate to say, well, the people are just busy. Well, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But, we can't say that. We don't have a crystal ball to look and see, oh, these people are just sitting around doing nothing. We don't know that. We don't know what they're dealing with, at that hotel when you're trying to call them. So give some grace for that, but you have to be the one that continues to call, continues to email, show up if you need to. If that position is that important to you, then those are things we need to do. So there you go. Okay. Remember Tuesdays at 1:00. Hold on one second. Someone keeps calling me and on the phone. Hold on one second. On the phone. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Hold on. Sometimes people, they will continue to call you unless you tell them that you're on the phone. I'm doing something on the phone. See, sometimes you got to do that, right? Sometimes you got to do that. I'm sorry I had to, take your time and do that, but they kept calling like 5 times in a row. I'm like, damn, must be something going on. Must be a fire going on. Anyway, I'm almost done here. So anyway, okay, real quick. On Air with Russell of Hotels comes on every Tuesday. I just did show number 262. So this Tuesday will be show number 263. Comes on every Tuesday at 1:00 PST. It's that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. Talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the challenging of hospitality. Just similar to this show, but a little more in depth. And once again, the podcast is now on Podbean. So just make sure you go and check that out, podbean.com. On Air with Russell of Hotels. That's where I am. And then that's it. So any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. The hotel I showed today was La Posada in Santa Fe, New Mexico. One of my favorite hotels in Santa Fe. I love Santa Fe as a destination, especially for meetings and things like that. It's just so chill, just so laid back, just a different kind of vibe. It's a different experience in Santa Fe. So if you haven't been to Santa Fe before, check it out. I think it's a good choice for, a meeting kind of out of the way, kind of, it's just I just love the vibe. But anyway, any questions at all about anything I talked about, or maybe some things I didn't talk about? Maybe you just have questions, because I am a resource. Just like the umpteen people to call me about finding a job, and why aren't hotels calling me back, and what do I need to do this, and you can call me, you can reach out to me as well, right? So russellofhotels.com is my website. My phone number's on there as well. You can email me at russellofhotels.com. That's whatever way you want to do it. And I'm on every social media platform as well. So feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help. Once again, Russell of Hotels. That's the name, that's the company name, but the name is Russell Edmond, just so you know, all right? Because people are like, oh, Russell of Hotels. What? Is that your last name? Is Hotels your last name? I get it all. But anyway, that is it. Tomorrow I am traveling. I tell you about the family reunion. The Love Family Reunion is happening. Now, I do hotel site selection, right, for companies and organizations and even individuals. Well, back in 1992, my family asked me, hey, can you help us find hotels for our family reunion? Which I'm part of the family too, right? But because I had a connection within hotels, I got drafted to do it. I wasn't even in sales then. I didn't know site selection was something that you do. I didn't know that. That was a long time ago. But now that's what I do. So since 92, that's what I've been doing. So tomorrow is in Vegas. I'll let you guys know tomorrow where it is. But yeah, so it's this weekend, Love Family Reunion. And, it's different to do site selection for your own, your family, right? It's different opposed to assisting companies and organizations with doing it, because you're looking for different things, right? Businesses or companies, for conferences, conventions, retreats, they're looking for something different than a family gathering, right? So I do it all from A to Z, and everything in between. So there you go. So you'll see a little bit more, or I'll talk a little bit more about that maybe tomorrow or on Monday, like how did it go, which hotel did we use, any ups and downs, any hiccups. Oh no, don't worry about it. I'm gonna share all that stuff with you. I'm gonna give you the tea, the gossip, that kind of stuff. Anyway, that is it. So happy Thursday, everyone. Have a good weekend. And once again, Russell of Hotels. The daily check-in with Russell of Hotels comes Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then on air with Russell of Hotels every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. So anyway, that is it. Have a great day. Thank you again for joining.